we can also create a variable in Liquid using the capture keyword. If you want to build a more complex value or like a paragraph or some conditional formatted string, okay, that's where you can use the capture variable. How are you creating this type of variable? Again, the same. We want to create the logic, so we use the curly brace and percentage, and this time we need to use the capture tag, but we need now to end it. So we need to use again the curly brace like this and the percentage sign and right end capture like this. And here we need to give it a name. You can say my params, okay, or my paragraph, something like this. Okay, and anything that is going to be inside, I can write some p tag here. This is, I can say, this is my paragraph. And this is another form of creating a variable in Liquid. So you have the capture tag or keyword if you want to, following the name of the variable. And this is the data that is stored inside this variable. We can have a huge chunk of HTML here. We can have if statement inside. We can have a for loop inside. We can have a lot of logic inside here, and all of that saved in the captures. If you want to write something very complex and save it inside a variable, this is the way to go. Okay, so if I want to output it, the same process, so double curly, we can say here my paragraph, and if I save that, I'm gonna have it here. And if we go to inspect it, you're gonna see that is outputting with the p tag. So if you want to create a variable for some sample values, okay, just assigning some names, some strings, some numbers, then use the assign tag. If you want to create a variable that's going to store some blocks of content, or that's going to store some conditional, okay, or some for loop, then the capture tag is your best choice in this case.